This video's reaction test because of My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 3. The reaction will now commence. Okay, some exercising. I mean, I don't blame you. Wow, he shattered the window, yeah. Jeez. Oh, you saw everyone. Right, the people giving you the powers. That was a cool shot. What's the name of this episode, by the way? I think it's probably better than the DLC. So are we gonna get how One for All truly works? All Might. Right. Because you can control that much. He talked to you. Oh! All Might is surprised. Oh. Okay. What? I'm so lost. Right. So was that his dream? Oh. Right, that's a problem that you don't understand it. Right, that was also something that I thought about, but I didn't mention it because obviously enough it was... They're really going with this. Right. Indeed. So is the end of My Hero removing all the quirks? I feel like that would be the saddest way to end it. For me personally. Wait, All Might was there and the other one... So is this episode going to be just... Okay, what to think to bond over. Actually, Deku's mother did resemble his teacher whenever she was young. Which... Right. Wow, what a way to say it, All Might. Okay. Class A versus Class B! Oh, Shinso moved to Class B? His quirk is awesome. And what the... Wow, he's gonna get trained by Aizawa? I'm so excited. Aizawa is my favorite hero, so I guess Shinso is actually one of the... Yeah, I guess Shinso would be a great student to him. Wow. Bakugan, he's too hype, man. Right. Don't praise it. Oh right, they allow you to do the long distance attacks. Why are they focusing on Uraraka? Oh right, you're thinking about that. I'm excited about this. Hope this is more than one episode. So many characters. Plan 1B. Right, I've seen some of them. I remember these two. I know one of these guys' quirks and I do know I've seen them. I know the quirk of the one above. And the one... I don't know. Oh, I know Monoma. He's actually OP. Wow, you barely won. Wow, Monoma. And you're gonna get chopped. Chop? Thank you, Aizawa. I guess it wasn't the chop. Ooh. Ooh. There he is. Right. Hitoshi Shinso. I'm excited. Come on, Aizawa. I see the scarf. I believe that you've trained him. What a better person to train him. Right. Is he fighting with B? Right, I wonder whether it will work again. Right, they're going to that again. I'm happy they're actually covering this. Because his power is... Are you gonna give me more about his backstory? Okay, he's fair. Honest, I mean, your quirk alone is amazing enough, so... Right. Oh, cool. Cool. He is. Monoma likes him? By the way, I wonder, Monoma, would he be able... I'm sorry if I'm messing up his name, but... We haven't seen him a lot, which is bad, because some of the Class B characters are actually awesome. Shinso versus everyone. Oh, okay. Oh, 5 matches? B5 episodes. Yeah, I guess. Alright, makes sense. I'm so excited that Shinso is here, and that he studied with Aizawa. Wow. Oh my goodness, this is the prison. Okay, who's the villain, who's the hero? I wish the teachers could also fight, that would be fun. Shinso is gonna fight in every single one though, right? 1 and 5. Okay, he'll be with them. Oh, he's with him! Okay. This guy. Right, so you guys are fighting him. Yeah, this seems a little too perfect for Deku to test this out. Right. Why is this? Why is that Are we gonna learn more about his power? I do want to see... Oh. That actually does make sense. Yeah, that's actually a good little perspective. Oh my goodness, is he the announcer? Yep. I guess he wants to show his students, beat your students, Aizawa, which I don't think that will go that way. And I also am glad. Oh yeah, she has this. I actually don't know the skills of your opponents. Alright. Oh, a rematch. That's fun. Right. Oh. Oh. Oh! Okay, your quirk is what? Just beast? Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Cool. Fair enough. Right. Beast. Fair! Okay. Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh yeah, he has solitaire. Taser mode? What? But he didn't answer. What? Huh. Okay. I had to go over it again because I didn't notice it the first time. I was a little too caught up in the hype that Shinso is actually there and fighting. That's a genius update towards him. And it actually makes his quirk that much more awesome. And it's actually quite curious. With this little quirk, he can actually fight many opponents at the same time. It is interesting. It is a great power-up while also not removing his limitation. I really love it. Now, it's still sad that I don't think it doesn't remove all the problems, sadly enough, with his power. But it helps a fair amount. Especially if, just like Sir Night Eye, they never reveal the secret of his quirk. If they never do that, and he also has the thing that allows him to speak like others, obviously eventually it will be figured out, but yeah, Shinso has a great shot at becoming a hero. Now, I obviously enough can really talk mostly about him and a little bit about One for All. Let's talk about that quickly. All Might doesn't know anything. There really isn't anything else to say. It is obviously they mentioned more with the singularity thing about the quirks becoming uncontrollable, which is kind of scary and sad because I feel like that means that the end of the series will be them getting rid of all quirks and saying that heroes don't need superpowers or something. I feel like that would be the ending of My Hero as a whole. I hope that's not the ending, but there we go, a prediction. Now, when it comes to what actually happened within the episode, they just set everything up and I'm happy. And I really do feel like I actually want one episode. I'll be fine with the whole season, it's just this, and maybe Endeavor at the end again. If that's the whole season, I'm fine with it. Perfectly fine with it, love it actually. And I would really appreciate it, especially because I like Shinso, and they made a great way to actually have him fight in multiple of the episodes. In multiple episodes. With obviously having him first on the hero side, and then against Deku, which I'll talk about that in a second. Let's first mention this first battle and how it begins. Now, I really do love the development of Class B, and I really appreciate the little commentary that Midnight and All Might actually had. With the thing of, also there was the joke with Mitch, yeah, Midnight made a fun joke. I think I reacted to it as well as I should have, but it was actually funny. Funny enough that I needed to mention it. What I was saying is, I really do appreciate the difference between Class A and Class B. Class 1B has been just going through the normal program, training, doing all of the things they can. They haven't had to experience actual combat. On the other hand, obviously, of course, 1A has a lot of experience with that and has fought many villains. But theory is very useful. And obviously, of course, 1A hasn't gotten the opportunity to truly go deep into that. And obviously, I guess they have been to normal school and everything, but yeah, it also makes sense that Class 1B has been developing even more of their quirks and everything, because I think here is the actual difference. I believe that Class 1B might have a lot more changes, like the Solid Air guy, which actually he has leveled up a lot with his power allowing him to actually create constructs and stuff. But anyway. The important thing is I really like the contrast between the two classes and I'm excited for the battle. Now, when it comes to the other quirk, which is the beast quirk of the guy, we've never seen it before, but yeah, it's a simple quirk. It makes a lot of sense, and I see why he would be useful. He's a simple tank which does a lot of damage. That is great and all, and I'm excited to see how they're gonna deal with them. Because here is the thing. I believe Shinso will go within a hero class. Whether it will be one... I hope he goes in class 1A. I really do. But I feel like he won't. He'll be in class 1B. Which is still good, because class 1B are still going to be heroes. And talking about that, let's talk about Shinso, I guess, because to me he was the absolute highlight. Now, they mentioned it in the anime itself. I mentioned it a couple of times. Aizawa has been training him. Come on. It's obvious. He has the scarves. Well, the little cloth thing. So, obviously enough, just like Aizawa. I mean, actually, in a way, Shinso is... I guess that's actually... yeah, Aizawa is as I said, the absolute best teacher for Shinso. And at the same time, I would say that Shinso and Aizawa are literally on equal footing when it comes to if they're fighting any opponent. Because Aizawa's power... It has some limitations, like for example the fact that he cannot negate people like Tailmen that have quirks that are just parts of their body, but at the same time he can negate multiple people at the time, and obviously enough he can also fight well, but that's besides the point. That's something that he can train Shinso in, which he definitely need to do, and I think he did because he has the scarf things, which, yeah, okay, I'm going somewhere else. But on the other hand, Shinso can actually take care of people like Tailmen, but the activation requirement is much steeper. When it comes to Aizawa, he just needs to look. And also, that's also another important thing. Aizawa, if he blinks, the negation is stopped. Shinso, on the other hand, in order to stop his brainwashing, you need one for all, and all of the previous wielders, which, let's talk a little bit about that. With all the setup that has been happening, and Shinso now wanting to be in class 1A, which I really love his little speech at the start, and I do appreciate that all the students absolutely agree with what he said. The thing is, this feels like just a pure setup so that Deku can understand more of how he was able to awaken the thing then. Which I really appreciate, that something so long ago that might seem like just convenient power plot stuff, so on and so forth, will actually matter, and it has a reason to be there within the story. If we're talking about what can possibly happen, I'm uncertain. But why Deku was able to access all of that power beforehand is probably because Shinso kind of... I mean, obviously his quirk is brainwashing, and I assume that One for All definitely is connected to the brain in some sort of way, because that's how the human body works in general. The thing is, we really don't know how Shinso's quirk works we do know in general how it works, but we don't have hard details, and I think that's for the best. But anyway, I'm certain that there will be one more. I'm talking about this because I'm certain that once Shinso and Deku fight, because I have seen that shot in the opening, I have not watched the opening, but I have seen the shot in the opening. Once they fight, more than likely Deku will win again, or he will lose, but he will definitely activate the thing with the previous wielders, so on and so forth. Which I would like to say, it's very cheap that Deku can just cheat brainwashing. But I don't think Deku can cheat against Aizawa, right? Which is obviously the reason that Aizawa is not as much in the story as I personally would have liked, because if he is in the story all the time, we all know that there will be questions like, why isn't Aizawa there? Well, he isn't there because they would win. Even when he is there, they give it... The show needs to go so hard to make sure that they don't give him a chance to do anything, because he solves every problem just by being there. I hope he gets a redemption and he saves everyone, and they show why he isn't in the story as much as he needs to be. Until that day comes. Let's talk about him training Shinso. Obviously this all will be predictions and I don't know anything, but clearly enough, as I said, with the little cloth things, he has trained him. But when it comes to Aizawa, whenever he does the thing with his eyes, he also has some interesting gravity or something, which lifts his hair, and also it lifts the scarves in a way. I wonder whether Shinso has something similar. And if he does, how would that... I don't know. I really don't know how Aizawa's scarf things work precisely, because obviously we haven't seen him use it much, obviously, because as I said, he's not in the story as much as he needs to be. Okay, come on, I should stop. I just really like him. Now, as I was talking about Shinso, when it comes to his power-up, with the thing that allows him to change the voices, I hope there is more that the little mask that he has actually does, because that's an amazing power-up, but clearly enough it won't be as... I mean, it's insanely useful in other ways, like for example, if he actually calls someone on the phone, he can actually knock them out like that too, right? I mean, I don't know. We don't know how his quirk works. Which actually leads to another thing. His... I assume the mask is support equipment, although he said something about his vocal cords. So can he actually train this? I mean, obviously if you can... There are voice actors, just like the voice actors of this anime. So, obviously maybe he can even train it himself in certain ways. Yeah, Shinzo has some very curious ways in which he can power up, and I also wonder whether he can do a lesser mind control, in which he just makes sure that he just micro-directs his opponents without them needing to answer. Yeah, there are many possibilities and ways for him to become better. I think they've said before that also quirks develop as you age, so I'm certain that his quirk might even become the best thing ever in the future, which I would be excited. But let's be honest, if Shinso becomes on the... I mean, Shinso can absolutely become as strong as Aizawa. And if he does, which I hope he does, let's be honest, he will not be in the story as much as Aizawa isn't in the story. Yeah, sadly enough, overpowered characters like Aizawa and Shinso are the characters that get the least amount of love when it comes to screen time, at least in battles, because they instantly win most of the time. I really enjoyed the episode, and I'm very excited for the battle against Plus 1A and 1B with Shinso in the mix. There's a video there, you can subscribe to my channel there, hope you enjoyed this as much as I did.